Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak 2, where we continue exploring and talking to people around Edith, seeing what's up, and we visit the Dirke Memorial Park because there are at least a few characters here. Hey Kyle, I'm planning to spend the whole day at the fishing hole. Maybe I should bring Makino and Shannon here sometime. They've really got a knack for fishing now. Not that I'm no slouch either. I need to make sure to own my skills so I don't fall behind. Just you wait, I'm gonna catch the biggest fish wars 2 I've ever seen. Hey, I heard you guys took care of that monster for us. What a relief. Still, I feel like the monsters have been acting really strangely lately. After what went down last year, we've placed a lot of more traps in the area. I'm not really sure why they keep showing up.
What to do?
Oh, well, there's an awkward solutions. Maxime. Guess I should have figured out you'd be here. I mean, what's with all the memories you and Paulette made in the place? Yeah, our relationship is actually why I'm here today. After we buried that time capsule together, I cheated on her. But tomorrow, I'll be facing the biggest challenge I've seen since I've changed my ways. That's why I feel like if I can actually get myself to win this one, I'll be able to close that chapter of my life for good. Maxime? I know it might be a little selfish, but if I do win, I plan on dedicating my victories to both Paulette and Yume. That's also why I came here. Even if I can't do it in front of that big tree at the moment, I just want to make a vow to this place. A vow for victory. I see, I hope it's a vow you'll be able to fulfill. We'll be rooting for you, Maxime, so get out there and show us what you're made of. Right, I give it my all. I plan to dedicate my victory to both Paulette and Yume. It'll be impossible for me to win if I'm too flippant about the race, though. That's why I decided to come to the park. It's quite helps put me in the right headspace.
And you'll never guess what happened next.
Oh hey Agnes, how you been? I've been doing well, thank you. Is Sigourney here to help you with a movie? That's right, I want to film some kind of action scene, so I asked if she'd lend me a hand. The original plan was to do a shootout scene with Swin and Nadia, but maybe I could just try fighting a monster instead? What? Swiftwest kid? As fun as that sounds, not this time, Sigourney. Anyway, I'm assuming Swin and Nadia had to go back to Emefaria for some reason? That's alright, we'll just film the rest when they get back. Yeah. Is something wrong? Oh, don't worry about me, it's nothing really. Well, keep up the hard work, you guys. The shootout scene is going to look amazing. I couldn't have done it without Sigourney. We should try and get some more good shots, though. After all, we need to make the most of this opportunity. An indie film, huh? Sounds like the story's all over the place. I haven't actually been told what it's all about, either. I don't have a problem with fighting monsters per se, but it kind of feels cool to take a life just for the sake of a film. So he's stationed. Tyrell.
On my way.
Welcome back, Inspector Daswani. Oh, are you in the middle of an investigation? Well, I wouldn't call it an investigation per se. Just got a bad feeling lately, like something big's coming. I figured it might be a good idea to patrol around town for some information, just in case, you know. I'm sure that must have seemed pretty old-fashioned to you young folk. Who does all their investigating by foot anymore? Of course, we don't think that. We're just in awe of how thorough you are, Inspector Nasvani. I mean, all of our colleagues look up to you. Yeah, they really do. Stoic investigating, swift situational assessment. There's so much you teach us. Well, I suppose it's rather nice to know my juniors are paying attention. But anyway, if anything happens, just be sure to contact me. Oh wow, how is he always so cool? Yeah, no kidding, much better than Nate. Come to think of it, Nate's head has been in the clouds instead of his work lately. Almost as something is weighing on him. I'm not about to insinuate myself into his private life, but the sooner he gets back on solid ground, the better. Leave it to Inspector Daswan to use old tricks to break new ground. He might not look it, but we younger officers know full well what a compassionate soul he can be. I mean, the man got named for a direct subordinate. The fact that he hasn't given up on him says it all. A lot of our newer officers either shrink in fear at Inspector Svani or write him off as a relic of the past. But his track record speaks for itself. The man climbed his way up the ladder one rung at a time. If anything, we should be tipping our caps to him. Come to figure it, don't you have some kind of dream, Marilyn? You know, like becoming an actress or an idol? They're pretty competitive industries, but I can't imagine you'd have much trouble fitting in. You're always up to date on all the latest trends. Yeah, no kidding. You've got so many connections too. I mean, weren't you the one that introduced me to Shaka? That's not to mention how pretty you are. You'll be a top seller in no time. While I appreciate all the flattery, I'm not really super keen on joining the entertainment industry. Besides, I have something else lined up for me. Mysterious as ever, Marilyn. She sure does have plenty of mirror though. Maybe she's living it up in the shadows? There's no need to worry for my sake. I've already found my life's calling, believe it or not. To be honest, I've always seen Marilyn as a closed book. It would be nice if she opened up to me more, but I still consider us besties anyway, so it's whatever. It isn't even scratching the surface of the many mysteries of Marilyn. The biggest one in my book is why she seems to have it in for me all the time. The recent surge of T-phone usage has made it easier than ever to analyze trends via OrbitNet. Not only that, it promises to be a valuable tool for scouting new talent. Take for example the numerous young women posting photogenic selfies, in which they model their own fashions. Every so often you have a hidden gem among them who shines exceptionally bright.
Please step on up.
I heard Miss Academy is holding its school festival soon, aren't they? Maybe I should attend. I've been thinking of going to one of the events for a while anyway. Oh, that just gave me an idea. I can invite Kirk to come with me. I'm hoping I'll be able to give him a chance to get a look at what he's missing out on. Kirk wouldn't look out of place either if he enrolled into high school. He's at the right age, more or less. My dad's the one pushing for him to further his education, while me? I think it would be fine if he joined the workforce. But apparently neither of them are his thing. All he does now is play basketball on the streets. At this point I'm just looking for a way to spur him into taking his future seriously. While it's been remodeled a number of times over the years, Macmillan Cafe has stood in this spot for over a century. In fact, its historical value in particular is what draws some of our patrons to visit. Naturally, owning such an establishment can be a heavy burden to bear. The pride it confers far outweighs the pressure. I plan to keep it running well into the future, ideally in a way that lives up to its storied past and previous owners.
Well,
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
Macmillan Mix.
Please stop by again!
It's a shame Lolo's at Sunday school right now. His father just called with the most wonderful news. The very busy season at work is over, you see. He'll be back at home with us for a while starting tomorrow. Up until now, it had been one business trip after another, to the point where he was away more often than not. Lolo will be bouncing off the walls with joy when he hears about this. Think back, I've been growing a lot closer to the people in our neighborhood lately. I happened to bump into one of them during the shopping trip, so I tried taking a page out of Lolo's book and struck up a conversation. Next I knew we were friends, and from there, she introduced me to some of our fellow housewives. Now I look forward to socializing with them. Once my husband is around again, I have no reason to feel lonesome anymore. I'm missing the cat. Welcome, we're holding a meet and greet for Mr. Aslan here today. It was a spur of a moment decision made in response to his newfound popularity. Our usual menu for this sort of thing is currently unavailable, however, so the owner of Macmillan Cafe kindly agreed to lend us this terrace. We were very grateful to him, as is Mr. Aslan, of course. Ah, here's Kageyoshi. Rumor has it that anti-immigration terrorists are on the move again. There's no reason to doubt it either, from what I hear. It's hard to picture them pulling off anything major, though, now that they've lost their funding from Morassian. Then again, you never know what people like that are capable of once they're driven into a corner.
Well...
Speaking of anti-immigration terrorists, the True Grievance Brigade was a real force to be reckoned with back in the day. They used gunships during the attack on the trade conference, as well as these autonomous weapons they got off a black market. Ah, so that was them, yeah? In Crossbell, a few years ago. Oh, you never get any less adorable, Kageyoshi. You know, the owner told me a few things about you. He said you're a regular kitty detective who can pick out bad guys and see trouble coming an arc away. Is that true? What am I asking? Of course he can't.
Treasures as the curtain unfolds on an all-new adventure. The Adventures of Rockford. Golden Calamity. In theaters now.
Attention everyone, I'll be handing out no more tickets, so if you could please form an orderly line. Excuse me, I've been a fan ever since your debut, Aslan.
Take wing and soar above the court.
I've seen all your races working to overcome your meager beginnings, beating out all the others with only half the sponsors. And when you were finally picked up by Ingrid, it was just a push you need to make it to the Z1. It's been so inspiring to watch you climb the ranks, Aslan. You're my hero. Oh wow, you really know your stuff, huh? Thanks for standing by me for so long. I'd never be where I am today without support like yours. Oh wow, anything for you, Aslan. Everyone's saying you have a real chance at snatching away Maxime's for victory. Whatever happens, we'll always be there to cheer you on. Well, thank you very much, I appreciate it. You know, I've been striving to match Maxime's skill ever since I saw him race Z1 for the first time. And tomorrow I'll finally be able to measure myself against the best of the best. I think I've seen this guy somewhere before. Was it in the papers? That's Aslan, he's a Z1 racer like Maxime. Said to be the Red Comet's new rival, actually. Even though he's still pretty young, he's apparently beat out all the top racers, but he's worked pretty hard to do it too. A serious yet refreshing personality, and I'm sure it doesn't hurt that he's kind of a pretty boy. No wonder he's all the craze lately. Can't be any more disappointing than with other racer we know. It's nice getting a chance to hear from my fans. Knowing that all of them are counting on me to deliver helps sharpen my focus. I'm going to give it everything I've got tomorrow, for my sake and theirs. Oh, he's just too cool, like freezing bucket of ice water cool. Sure, Maxime is hot, but Aslan stomps him in that category too. Every single race between Aslan and Maxime so far has been a total nail-biter. Tomorrow's the last one of the season, and I'm Team Aslan all the way. So tell me, Aslan, what are your thoughts heading into that final race? Well, needless to say, I plan to do my level best. But really, this is about more than just winning. It's about pushing myself and my car to the limit, no matter what. I won't give up until I cross that finish line. That's how I plan to pay my respects. To the fans, to the mechanics, and to my fellow racer and esteemed rival Maxime Lugan. I see, thank you for your time. And might I say, your integrity and passion for this sport really shines through. I can only hope I manage to get them across to our readers. Wow, Aslan really is an incredible guy. Between his handsome face and his skills behind the wheel, it's no wonder it's a hot new thing. Almost makes me feel like I don't even deserve to interview him.
I've already confirmed that on our end, though.
Are you aware that former President Rocksmith is currently abroad? Now, what could someone who has withdrawn from the political world be hoping to achieve in another country? If you fail to provide an explanation, it could be taken as an international visit under the pretext of a tour of inspection. Or perhaps despite drawing a line in the sand, he's still maintaining diplomatic relations with foreign powers? Marielle's still plugging away with her independent investigation. Seems kind of harried about it too. Dingo's at the bar she wants to reach. Now that he's gone, she probably isn't sure what to make of herself anymore. If you ask me though, Marielle's already developed a distinctive reporting style. Her doubts never stop her from moving forward. That'll go a long way toward reaching her goal. Mr. Langton never changes, huh? He was always brown-nosing President Rocksmith to curry favor during the previous administration. Now he's probably going to spend the debate fawning all over President Gramhart and the current party in power instead. You just have to bank on Marielle for a fair and unbiased article. Now onto the assignments for political debate and corresponding interviews 2 days from now. We'll have Langton handle President Gramhart and his party. Marielle can accompany him. Her sense of justice can make her a bit tasty, but we can't deny the experience she's managed to accrue. At this point, I think we can trust her to cut to the hard-hitting questions without crossing the line.
I've got some delicious ice cream.
The wait for a new spring medley special is finally over. Come and get it while it's cold. One bite will fill your mouth with a flavor explosion of pulpy spring fruits and fragrant spring flowers. It started out gaining traction bit by bit, but getting featured in the Tyrell Times gave it a real boost. Ice cream truly is a thing of endless possibilities. Whipping up new creations like these really drives that point home.
What can I get for you? Thanks for shopping.
Care for some popcorn?
Esprit Cinema reopened without a hitch and I couldn't be happier. There's no room in my heart for any other theater. I can feel the excitement rising already. It's a place that made me fall in love with movies as a kid after all. It means the world to me.
Hi there. Want to try something?
Blue popcorn.
Come again.
Please silence your
Home away from home at last. This feels just so much more comfortable to me. One over at the Trion Mall has an acceptable lineup so long as you can stomach the wave style of the place. But they just can't beat the good old-fashioned feel of a spree or the expertly curated selection.
sale at the shop.
What's more, it's close to where I live. Movie-going in a familiar environment is the best and only way for me.
Here to remember your visit.
They mentioned rehauling their sound system, and sure enough, it's easy to pick out the finer details in the audio. My ears have gone bad with age, so it's a real treat being able to hear the music and effects so crisply and cleanly.
Thank you for your visit today.
As your senses deteriorate, it's getting harder to notice changes in the score.
The showing
If
of
a song
Blacklight
features
will soon
vocals,
begin.
good luck making out the lyrics.
Please silence your phones and enjoy the film.
Welcome to Esprit Cinema's grand reopening. Your patience has been greatly appreciated. We apologize for any inconvenience caused by our audio and air-conditioned equipment reservations.
Merchandise for the movie
But on the bright side, we are
Unfold.
now able to provide an even better movie watching experience to our guests. We hope you take your time to enjoy it with us.
Remember your visit.
By the way, about the movies you have displayed on the banner out front? I'm afraid our theater will only be screening them at limited showtimes. Oh, my apologies in advance. I hear they're always playing at the Orbital Multiplex over at the Trion Mall though.
Thank you for your visit today. They all look pretty good. The showing
Esprit
of
Cinema is once again open for business. Your patience has been much appreciated. The renovations were a time-consuming affair, but such is the fate of a vintage structure like ours. It did give me a new appreciation for this building's history, which was back to the very dawn of movie-making itself. At any rate, we are now able to provide a more comfortable experience to our guests. I hope you continue to make use of your theater of choice.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
Incidentally, when you watch a movie, are you aware of the name and style of the studio that produced it? Here in Calvert, there are currently 4 companies that dominate this industry. Vegas Films, Kowloon Pictures, United Star, and Orion Films. Each one has its own unique flair that characterizes the works it puts out. Attempting to identify these tendencies through the films that are playing can be quite enjoyable, I find.
Thank you for your visit today. The showing
It
of
feels like I haven't been
Blacklight
in
will
here
soon
forever, not even like it was close to that long.
begin. Please silence your phones and enjoy
It's
the
fine
film.
though. According to listings, Esprit is going to be playing movies that aren't showing in the other theater too. It's kind of annoying how far the mall is from my house, but I don't mind going to either depending on what I'm up for.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
I'm gonna watch the saga for Vanna today, in case you're wondering. People are saying it's so flashy it
For your
hurts.
visit.
It's my first time seeing a movie that the studio from a time worked on. Wonder how it'll be.
Listen to this, you guys.
We watched the movie after we finished with the Tyrell District.
Ooh, look at those cloves.
So you heard about the supposed entertainment maester, right? It's some guy who's involved in producing all these super successful movies and events, but he's never shown himself in public. Yeah, everyone I know is talking about it. Can't really tell how much of it's true though. I wonder who he is. Everyone on the net just taking shots in the dark. Well, the guy's gotta be pretty experienced, yeah? Man, it's crazy that he built so many genres. Calling him just a genius would be putting it lightly. Rumors like these tend to lose their luster once the veil of intrigue gets taken off. But still, hearing about a maester who actually has something to show for it really makes you wonder who they might be. I'm not saying I believe him, but this sort of rumor always sparks up some real crackpot theories. Especially when it comes to anonymous legends. The message boards go off a deep end at trying to piece together their identities. I've even seen some people say the entertainment maester was actually a president in disguise, and that's just for starters.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hey Kawan, where have you been this whole time? You could have at least told us where you were going. I was practically holding on by a thread without you. Oh, I didn't really go anywhere. I just had a few errands to deal with, you know. So you had to cover for me. Oh, come on, do you really think I'd fall for such an obvious lie? It's not like I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, if it's some top secret mission, just say so, otherwise spill the beans. Fine, I went on a martial arts training camp, alright? She doesn't need to know that I was there as a spy, though. Apologies, I said too much. My lips are sealed as far as Hayu is concerned.
May I help you?
Red Dragon Mapo Tofu.
Thank you.
Khan really's got to learn how to trust me more. I already know about his big secret. And even if I didn't, we were still co-workers. Well, look what it is. Been a while since Arkwright Solutions and the company get together, huh? I heard about your escapades in Langport, as well as your run-in with Zao a few days afterwards. So you already know what went down in Nameth? Doesn't sound like it stopped you from taking a backseat, though. I got an overview on what the Lee family's deal is. Were there any updates on that front? Well, nothing has changed in any major way. Essentially, all is going according to Zao's designs. The Lu family still has quite a bit to work through, however, so I doubt it'll be smooth sailing. Everybody's dancing in the palm of that asshole's hand, huh? Pisses me off like you wouldn't believe. Guess that means we better keep our eyes open for any more activity from Hayu. Ideally, won't we get dragged into it ourselves, but let's be ready to pivot just in case. At this point, Hayu's current turmoil doesn't allow for any of us to take a backseat, as he so put it. Just be sure to watch yourselves out there.
My, this is positively delectable.
This Eastern cuisine is delicious.
Well, it isn't Van. Fancy meeting you here. I'm glad to see you all doing well. Oh, hey, Gotti Lamb. You two are going over plans for that big collab you mentioned? Got it in one, man. We've actually just about finished filming for it too. All that's left is a little fine-tuning and drawing up a layout for the final scene. We've managed to work out most of our plans before filming, but Gotti and I couldn't help adding a few additions. There are quite a few surprises in this one. I believe the ending will be even more provocative than either of us expected. Sounds like the two are pretty fired up about this. I can't wait to see it in the theaters. Well, you've all done your fair share in helping us both, so we're planning on inviting you to the initial screening. Just so wait, kiddos. It'll be one for the history books. Thank you once again for your assistance on Nemeth Island. It was a tense few days, but it's only made it all the more memorable for better or worse. Perhaps that's also why my last meeting with Director Gotti feels like it's such a distant memory. Anyway, I look forward to bouncing ideas of one another. It's always a joy to see a project take shape. Oh yeah, Aramis Academy is holding a school festival in April, aren't they? Production should reach a good stopping point by then. Maybe I swing by and see what kinds of passion most kids can drum up.
Now playing in the theater.
I found this cute little shop
And
near
soar
the
above the court. And blaze a trail for those.
Now, where's the latest Bravely Legends volume? Ah, there we are. That's an instant buy for me. I admit my eyes often wander over to this section while searching for work-related materials. But these days I can save time looking up resources and gather information on my T-phone. That gives me the freedom to enjoy my favorite comics out in the open. Speaking of Bravely Legends, last week's chapter featured a stark deviation from its usual material. Weaving in elements of underworld wheeling and dealing into the plot was both fresh and captivating, no doubt. But it did come as a surprise seeing Jay Siegel draw on that topic in particular. I have to wonder what spurred it on. Hello, Herbert. And yes, so the business you mentioned having to take care of this afternoon really was your part-time job? Speaking of which, I completely forgot that I was scheduled for a shift today. I wound up having to cancel my appointment without that at the last minute. Oh, Albert, don't go overexerting yourself if you're tired, alright? That's a funny thing to say given how much harder you've been working on yours. You seem to be managing pretty well for yourself though, so I won't harp on it. Well, if it's rest and relaxation you need, there's nothing more refreshing than a trip to a sauna. That sounds pretty tempting actually. Hold on, since when did you have a stake in this conversation? Now. Couldn't let my work schedule slip my mind like that. Clearly I'm in need of a good long break. One secret of our popularity is that we always strive to keep our customers engaged. That includes both fairs and collaborations on a regular basis in order to keep ourselves relevant. Last year we had a tie-in with a film festival, set up a booth at the Revolution Festival. And if August well, we'll be holding yet another different event here tomorrow.
Oh, please take as much time as you
Soul
need.
Chef Nafé? What is Nafé? The world from Solaris.
I hope to see you again.
I still don't know what it is, but... Is it Kageyoshi again? Okay. Alright, what movies do you have?
The
Welcome.
showing on screen 1 will soon begin.
My Casablanca.
Proceed to the entrance. We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
Helena, a third year at a prestigious all-girls school and head of its library committee, does not get along with her first-year subordinate Sherry. Being an austere young lady of high birth, she has exceptionally little tolerance for Sherry's childish, impish behavior. One day, Helena finds an exchange diary in the library, its author desiring a pen pal. Intrigued, she writes a response under a pseudonym. Adopting the guise of a kind, caring upperclassman, Helena continues the correspondence and her relationship with her pen pal deepens. Eventually, as their exchange becomes more personal in nature, Helena comes to realize her secret recipient may in fact be Sherry. As time passes, Helena notices gradual shifts in Sherry's disposition, with her looking more downcast by the day. While she could find nary a trace of melancholy within her notes, Helena's worries festered all the same, leading her to confront Sherry directly. Although initially hesitant, Sherry confessed that she's fallen in love with a classman she's exchanged notes with. In that moment, Helena felt a tinge of joy, but she's taken aback, her last failed relationship with a girl still fresh in her mind. Out of a desire to protect her from that same pain, Helena tries to convince Sherry to cut off her feelings for her alter ego.
You're merely playing a game of make-believe. I assure you, it won't last. These kinds of fickle relationships are all too common here. Besides, you've heard that people who engage in that sort of thing often become an object of idle gossip and ridicule, yes?
I understand that. It's just...
Oh, don't tell me you actually believe that pen pal of yours is your dream soulmate. How juvenile. Flights of romantic fancy are all well and good, but I think it's about time you grew up, Sherry.
I get it now. This is your way of being kind, isn't it? You're denying my feelings so I won't get hurt.
What are you saying? Did you not listen to a single word I said?
I did a lot of thinking about who this girl could be. I wondered, who is this person that's comforting me with all these kind words? And then, I saw you. I saw you put the diary back in its hiding place.
You saw that? But the person you developed feelings for is nothing more than a fabrication. They aren't the rigid girl you see before you.
That's not true. The girl I see in front of me is shy, and she hides her kindness behind a thin veil of austerity. If I were to put my feelings into words, how would I write them? Maybe you can teach me, Helena.
We don't need to write them down, Sherry. Because they're already engraved in our hearts.
I know we watched it during our movie marathon on Nemeth Island, but I was totally absorbed by Nina's performance all over again. Yeah, I really liked her shift in expression at the end. Really sold the idea that her heart was wavering. I'm also impressed by you. You're always praising Nina, and you don't seem jealous about her successes. You're a really good friend. I guess I never really thought about it like that. I kinda always thought of jealousy as feelings of inferiority due to lack of effort. It also helps that Nina and I are on a totally different path. Besides, it would get boring real quick if I was the only actress around. Fair point. Instead of being frustrated with yourself or the skills you lack, you channel that energy into training so you can get them. I respect that. As I understand it, Casablanca in the language of flowers means noble, genuine, and great love. How fitting. It's like the flower was meant for Helena and Sherry. Easy to see why I put it in the title. I can understand why they use them in wedding bouquets, and why people love to receive them as gifts. Just remember that the color can change a flower's meaning, so keep that in mind if you ever plan on gifting them to anyone. Yeah, will do. How is she expecting me to respond here? Come on with the bushes? Sure. Good, then have Trion
Let's be on our way.
glass windows.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major...
I've been getting a lot of questions about how to use the T-phone lately. And the only reason I've been able to answer them is because I have my own. Well, actually the manager only gave it to me so I could understand how it works. But thanks to that, I'm very familiar with all of its functions now. Any problems the customers have experienced, I've experienced too.
To sample a range of imported goods from the liberal kingdom.
I've been working at the Vern store for a while now, but I learn something new every day. I mean, back in Cray Village, Boss Goddard taught me so much, but technology hasn't stopped progressing since then. That means I've got some catching up to do. Oh right, Lash's been doing a little better recently. I think he's even started to have a more positive outlook on his future. He really is a good kid, and I intend to do everything I can to make sure he's alright from now on. I also mean to carry the memory of everyone we lost for the rest of my life. Still, I know I shouldn't get too caught up in the past. I believe that Mom and Dad and the boss are all cheering me on from the Goddard's side. And that's enough to keep me going. I become the best engineer they've ever seen.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and
It's been over 4 months since I became a manager. You know, I actually used to work at Vales Investment Bank's main office. While I was still employed there, I took an interest in the Vern company's products, and I found the Republic very fascinating as well. So when I received an offer to become a manager of a Vern store, I immediately accepted. I still think it was the right choice for me. I used to work in... Working at the bank was enjoyable enough, but I'm happy with where I am today.
Indeed.
Mom and Dad decided they were going to buy a T-phone recently. Can't believe they're going to have the latest in tech in our house. I mean, I guess it's cool. Guess what? I went and bought myself a T-phone today. Actually, not just one, but two. One for my husband and the other will be for me and Bart to share. I even arranged a 2-year payment plan. New technology is so exciting, don't you think? I just can't wait to start it up.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
My dog was using my T-phone like a chew toy the other day. The thing's practically covered in teeth marks. I mean, I'm glad my dog didn't swallow anything, but I'm really hoping the damages can be fixed.
It's a cutting-edge piece of global... We didn't have such technology back in the... Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also find the Vern store...
Trion Tower, this is the year I capture her essence on canvas. I swear it upon the bristles of my brush. Trying to do so from afar proved unsatisfactory, so this time I switched up my approach. By drawing from an up-close perspective, I'll be able to capture His Majesty once for all. Then I'll be able to proudly declare that I've conquered Trion Tower. Sounds like the stage is really heating up today. You want to stop by again tomorrow though. Why? Because Mishy's going to be holding another show. Sure, he does them on a regular basis, but each one makes my heart sore all the same. Oh, and guess what? Mishy's up on the observation deck at this very second. If you hurry, you might still be able to catch him.
Twice as tall as the Great Spire, huh? Whoever built this must have been compensating for something.
We're finally here together.
Huh? She looks like she's bursting with joy. Wonder why.
So Mishy is here today, and wow, I'm so glad I asked the security downstairs. You know, I actually been doing a lot of thinking about Mishy lately. This version isn't as refreshing to look at as the old one, but I'm sure the new Mishy's trying his best. Honestly, I think I might even like the new fur texture. Yeah, this one's just as good as the others.
Indeed.
I need to play at Trion Tower today! Edith is so big, I guess it goes to show how very small my own world is. For those wanting to take a photo with Mishy, please line up here. And don't forget to buy one of our limited edition Trion Tower picture frames.
What a superb view.
Ah, you found me. How did you suss out the location of my secret spy lair? Well, you're too late. The whistleblower documentation is long gone. My comrades are taking it to the authorities as we speak. It's only a matter of time before police descend on your mansion. Your days of swindling are numbered, Andor. Who the heck's Andor? I think we just got suckered into a world of make-believe. If you intend to kill me, then go ahead and get it over with. But no, Miss Andor, you've lost and nothing will change the fact. Miss Bezelia, the president has informed me that he will be unable to attend tea today. He offered his sincere condolences. Some rather unfortunate business matters have cropped up in recent days. Oh, it's alright, I understand. Thank you for telling me. You know, now that I think about it, my father has contributed quite extensively to the capital's townscape, has he not? Indeed he has. Not only did the president aid in the formation of Edith's financial foundations, but he did so for the overall republic as well. And today he spends his time traveling cross-country, looking for investors to help spread his wealth to the surrounding areas. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Perhaps my father deserves a more filial daughter. Unless, do you think I'm capable of growing into someone my father could take pride in? Yes, Miss Rosalia, I truly do. You're quite a sensible girl after all. Not to mention all those lessons you learned and the connections you made. They lead you to the heights never before seen. The president had dinner plans with Miss Rosalia today, but he was pulled away unexpectedly. That's why he asked I bring her to the observation deck instead. He wants me to show her all he's been working towards. I hope this proves to be a formative experience for her. I never really knew what was in my father's heart. Maybe that's why I didn't make much of an effort to understand him. But now that I'm finally seeing his true colors, I feel happy, proud even. The more I learn, the more I see the amazing man and father who loves and cares about me.
Observation deck stands 215 art above ground level, providing a panoramic view of the entire capital.
I wonder when we last came to Trion Tower. Wait, did my husband bring us here to pray for Curtis? Well, I suppose I've heard that people come here to pray on occasion in that case. Oh Goddess, please, 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 please bless Curtis with a happy and successful high school life. Actually, everyone in this family seems to be on a different wavelength at the moment. No matter, I take this opportunity to pray for Curtis' success. Goddess, please bless us. My son's finally finished taking his entrance exam. So that it might be nice to go out somewhere to celebrate as a family. After all, it's been a while since we've spent time together, and we haven't been to Trion Tower in just as long. I'm glad they seem to be having fun. According to the schedule, the other Miss entrance exam results will be sent out tomorrow. No, I can't start doubting my son now. No matter what the results are, I'll have his back. We've always had issues seeing eye to eye, but I'm glad we have a chance to bond with one another again. Just hope this outing will be enough to set Curtis at ease. Out of nowhere, Dad told us he wanted to come to Trion Tower. He can be really childish sometimes. Well, I guess it does make for a nice change of pace. Sure beats staying at home all the time. The test for RMS is over now, but I can't stop thinking about how hard it was. I need to keep calm. I mean, I did everything I could to prepare myself. I even calculated my own score. Trion Tower, it's reminding me of how high the bar is for getting into RMS. I need to calm down. I mean, I did everything I could to prepare myself. I even calculated my own score. Trion Tower was designed around 50 years ago by Professor Epstein. Having such a famous person involved in the creation of a capital's landmark is a source of great pride for our city. Oh, is that true? I had no idea. Well, I think it was a while before that fact was made known to the general public.
This stuff is cutting edge.
Trion Tower? It's huge.
Thank you for your visit today.
I'm here to see the adventures of Rockford and 3 Point Heat again. Each watch feels as fresh as the first, and the acting so late that I can always pick out something new about it. I typically binge 2 movies in a row, though, so my days end up zipping by just like that. Film culture has gradually become more and more widespread in Edith, and our theater is at the forefront. A couple of other cinemas have opened recently, but as you can see, we are the ones that have had the most success. Perhaps I consider opening another branch in Messeldam or even Farbert.
Step right up.
Thank you for your visit today. The showing on screen 2 will soon begin. Please silence your phones and enjoy the film.
The indelible Rita Rockford is an archaeologist and a skilled treasure hunter. Her next quest is to find the golden staff of Salah, a relic that caused disastrous calamities in bygone days. She travels the ruins on the far reaches of a continent where she meets and rescues an indigenous girl, Asha. The kidnappers are after the golden staff, and they require her blood to retrieve it. Rita and Asha band together and infiltrate the depths of the ruins to steal the staff right from under their noses. However, their efforts are thwarted by the dastardly Willard, an old family rival from her father's time. Willard is the ringleader of an illegal excavation group known as Legendary Dawn. He takes Asha hostage and tells Rita to hand over the treasure in exchange for her life. Rita readily complies, and Willard, now in possession of the treasure, loses himself in ecstasy. But then the ruins begin to collapse and shake around him, causing the staff to slip out of his hands. Willard chases the staff as it rolls across the ground, and in that moment Rita sees an opening.
I'll be taking that!
Hand over the staff. Or would you prefer I put a bullet in this poor girl's head?
No! Please! Don't do it, Rita!
Fine. Put the gun down, and I'll toss you the staff.
A wise decision. It's lighter than before. No, it's a fake!
And you call yourself my father's rival. Shame you don't have his eye for antiquities.
Huh? You're giving this to me? Really? Are you sure?
Of course. I promised I'd protect it for you, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. And a promise is a promise. Thank you so much, Rita.
Damn you, Rita Rockford. Damn you! I'll remember this until the day I die. And before that happens, I will have my revenge!
Keep dreaming. You'll never get your hands on these treasures because I'll always be there to protect them. Or my name isn't Rita Rockford.
Okay, Lara Croft. Wow, Judith was so cool! I never knew you could do so many things with a whip. Also, some of those scenes were really tense. Something tells me you're a fan of this genre, Fairy. Heck yeah, action movies are super fun. I like seeing how they choreograph all those fight scenes. But what made this movie extra special for me was with Shahina's in it. That alone makes it a winner. I loved the scene where she stood up for Rita. She might have been small, but that didn't stop her from speaking her mind. That moment really got to me. You oughta tell her that sometime. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that. I know we watched this during our movie marathon on Nemeth Island, but I'm still blown away by how fun and breezy the action is. I think you're more than cemented your status as an action movie icon. Thanks, but I wouldn't have gotten anywhere without my fans. Being a tough actress is something that's valued in our industry. The schedule was pretty frantic for this one, but Shahina and I were able to keep up with it. Speaking of Shahina, she said something that caught me off guard. It was something about how I showed her how to charm people as an actress. Ha, must have been from that special training she did with you in Farbad last year. Sounds like this isn't the last time we see her on screen. I'll be honest, dealing with my manager Dahlia isn't always easy. She's all about work and nothing but. But she was the one who poached me back when I was working at an apparel store in Valles. I'm still shocked that she did. And well, coming to Aunt M's Albert Republic branch was my choice at the end of the day, so I can't really complain.
Visit the new Liberal Boutique, which just opened this year, to sample a range of imported goods from the Liberal Kingdom.
I try to take the clerk's advice to heart. So to recap, the length of the top and the bottom have to balance out. And then I need to make sure the colors match. If it's so complicated, I always feel my confidence slipping. Amen. Launching an official website and updating it on a regular basis seems to be doing a fine job of pulling more customers in. Other companies will be following our example before long though, so we can't afford to rest on our laurels. It's imperative that Aunt M cements its position at the top of the fashion world.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
To that end, we need to stay 3 steps ahead of our competitors when it comes to business development.
Anything of interest?
Fern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse. Drop by the Vern store if you want to check out the hottest new commodity, the T-phone. It's a cutting-edge piece of mobile technology that's lighting Calvert on fire. You won't want to miss it. Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also find the Fern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse. Drop by the Fern store if you want to check out the hottest new commodity, the T-phone. It's a cutting-edge piece of mobile technology that's lighting Calvert on fire. You won't want to miss it.
I hope you found everything to your liking.
I submitted my attempt at a stylish ad concept to my clients, but they said it was too tacky and abstract, so it's back to the drawing board. Excuse me for being a generation behind the curve, I guess. The reparations bubble made it feel like the sky was the limit. That's what convinced me that I could hack it freelance in the first place. Losing faith in myself won't fix anything. Just need to make the latest trends mesh with my style.
They have everything from the latest
Welcome to the Liberal Boutique.
and even a service.
Our store carries a drink called the Grand Chardonnay. It's a vintage wine that has been made more affordable in recent years. We also have an aged Grand Chardonnay in our storehouse. Its flavors like none other, I assure you. If you're seeking a beverage that's representative of our culture, then look no further.
I'm quite proud of what we have to offer.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's
Please come again.
You'll also find the Fern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
We've reached the free time portion of our tour, so everyone else should be mid-shopping spree at the mall right now. I used to go around and make some purchase of my own during these breaks, but almost every tour we give comes here at some point. It's kind of killed the magic for me by now. Observing Trion Mall's facilities and services has given me some insight into their business tendencies. For instance, their propensity for external companies and foreign brands. Of course, that in itself is far from the unusual for a shopping center. The way they go about is more flexible than most. They even managed to pull in the Quincy company despite being funded by Central Eastern Capital. It's impressive to be certain.
You'll also find the Fern store.
Another point worth noting is that Trion Mall's extensive usage of their stage for entertainment purposes. We have a few Central Eastern dancers performing today, and recent word of mouth tells me there are Mishi shows periodically as well. On that subject, Mishi was originally a product of Crosswell State, funded by one of Vale's investment bank's rivals. They purchased the rights to him legitimately, but co-opting the symbol of a competitor to utilize for one's own benefit is certainly something. Oh, you're right! Sailor's terrible with all kinds of scary stuff. We went to go see a horror movie one time. You should have seen how pale her face was when we left. Poor thing. Well, I'm sure it made for a fun memory. You know, I get that you two have to keep working so hard, but I worry you're going to overdo it soon. Don't worry, always make sure to take our breaks. Although we have been talking about going on hiatus for a bit. Alright then, I guess it makes me feel a little better. Anyway, I should be going. Let me know when you have some free time again. Yeah, for sure. Chatting with Lua never fails to brighten my mood. It's a relief to know things are slowly picking up with her idol career. I plan to look out for her in whatever way I can. That's what friends do after all. It's nice that Daphne and I can still hit it off like before. Sure, there's a few generations between us, but we just get each other, you know? She even comes to cheer us on at all of our shows. No amount of thanks is enough for that.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Once again, I find myself here staring at all these delicious tarts that I will not buy. I'm dutifully applying self-restraint. After I save some money, I can indulge in all the limited edition spring tarts my heart craves. That's precisely why I'm skipping meals so I can save on future food expenses. Headquarters recently sent out a survey inviting each of our storefronts to propose new confection ideas for the coming season. Until now, the company's development division would always decide future product lines unilaterally. It would seem a change in our leadership has brought about a more open workplace culture as well. He's right, back when my father was in charge, the various departments are fairly sequestered from one another. It's nice to know things are changing for the better. No doubt.
Hello there!
A Quincy cake. Pretty expensive for what it offers.
Thank you.
A little while ago, the news was talking about those monstrous anti-immigration terrorists. Those criminals are giving the old nobility a bad name, and now innocent people, such as myself, are being caught in the crossfire. Those of the old nobility must have a breadth of mind to accept all peoples and cultures. Well, it isn't Anya's and Van, and Elaine's here as well. Oh, I see. You must be doing that job you were talking about. That's right. It's nice to see you, Mr. Powell. Glad to see you. Sorry it's been so long since our last meetup. Anyway, you guys having a little after-work get-up together? We wouldn't call it a get-together, really. It's more so a celebration to recognize all our hard work. See, we finally finished grading all the entrance exams. I suppose it's that time of year, isn't it? Between you and me, I'm pretty excited to see this new batch of students. They're bound to be a real treat. Well, setting that aside, you're that famous Arkwright, aren't you? Famous? You left quite the impression on Powell, you know? Talks about you every chance he gets. Both you and Beauty's Blade seemed like you were always attracting some kind of attention to yourselves. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Of course, why not a problem child? Watch it. Actually, you'd be surprised. Most of my memories of him are rather positive. And this year's examinees were very impressive. I had more than a few of their answers take me by surprise. I'm confident they'll be able to shoulder the future of the Republic once we're older. I suppose being a teacher really is rewarding. Time certainly does fly, doesn't it? It was a pleasure catching up with you, Van. You as well, Elaine. I invited Miss Towa and Miss Sonia along as well, but both claim to have other business to attend to. Oh well, I suppose that's always next time. If I stay at this company, it just worked me like a dog under my very last breath. So I decided to aim for an early retirement. After I make some successful investments and get an income stream going, I can pull out of a company and just manage my portfolio once in a while. Nothing like setting a goal to give you a second wind. Step number 1 is to open a brokerage account and start trading.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
The most common inquiries I get at this window regard financing for Valis-based enterprises. Their continued expansion to Calvert over these last few years will likely force many Republican businesses into making major changes. When competition drives companies to grow like this, our livelihoods become comparatively richer for it. There's truly never a dull moment in the stock market. That's what I find worthwhile about this line of work.
Well,
Shayna and I will be in the capital for a few more days before our tour moves on to its next leg. Unfortunately, we do have a performance coming up in a bit, so maybe we can talk longer another time? Yeah, we should go eat at Montmartre again. Alright, sounds like a plan. You can teach me some more dance moves too.
Visit the new liberal boutique.
God, but I think I've been everywhere here. That leaves Center Marché and...
Let's get going. Hey there. How's business treating you?
Fresh produce straight from the farm.
Feast your eyes on this.
Well now, any other place would like to consider these vegetables to be substandard. Growing them organically, however, has allowed their flavors to truly shine through. What do you say to supplying my stand with your family produce? I'll even pay you above market price. Huh? It's just as I said, miss. Think you could start bringing them tomorrow? Yes, of course. Thank you very much. No, I should be thanking you. Can't believe that Romaine actually agreed to carry our produce. Thank goodness I'm not on a limb. It must have taken no small amount of effort to raise vegetables like these organically. I haven't made a contract with Satisfying in quite some time.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Concentrated veggie juice.
Drop by again sometime, yeah?
Yeah. Kane said he wants to help me more in the kitchen, but our frying pan at home is a tad large, so I decided to get another one just for him. He really is a sweet kid, always thinking of his dear old dad. I never knew there's so many types of frying pans. They got aluminium, copper, steel. Which one should I get?
This is kind of fun.
Long time no see, Spriggan. I'm told all the business with Almado's legacy has had you on the move lately. You could say that news travels fast, huh? Only the form of rumors, really. Truth be told, I assumed things in the underworld would settle down a bit now that Almado's out of the picture. The fact that I'm still hearing of them only proves how much of an impact they made.
Want to take a look?
Not
Come
really,
again.
I know. I bought all the weapons already.
Take a look at my wares.
From another shop. Angel. Leonardo. I went over to R&M at Trion Mall the other day and took a look at their selection. You can buy fashionable clothes for so cheap over there. How is anyone supposed to compete with that? My own sales have been slipping lately. Gotta shake things up somehow.
Right. Anything strike your fancy? Thanks.
You never can know when an old card game will cycle back into popularity again. That's simply the nature of trends, though, isn't it? I'm just happy to see the younger folk having fun. Oh, hey, Agnes. Should have figured the stuff you had to take care of this afternoon would be your part-time job again. Yes, something I couldn't afford to skip out on. What about you, Odette? Just posing records? Yep, I was thinking we needed some more choices for what kind of music to play on campus during the festival. I might keep circling back to if Swin and Nadia are alright though. I know they said it's only temporary, but what the heck could have called them back to Emeferia all of a sudden? I don't know the details myself, sorry to say. Don't go stressing yourself out, they'll be back before you know it. Those kids are the type to follow through on their word all in all. You got a point there. We just have to keep a faith and sit tight, Ben. I've got my own responsibilities to focus on anyway. With only a few weeks to go before a festival. That's the spirit. Oh, Dad. I do my part as well. We'll make this event one to remember. I wonder what happened to Albert. He was supposed to come help me out today. Well, whatever. Can't let it distract me from sifting through all these tunes. You forgot he at work today. I hear 7 Arts has been all the rage lately. We amused ourselves with multiplayer card games like that when I was a young man too. This takes me back to the days when Belinda and I would go a few rounds with each other on train trips.
Oh, hello! Welcome. You're welcome back anytime.
Like the player did in Trails of Cold Steel. If it's an air of luxury you're after, might I suggest a bit of Erebonian brandy? Among them, Steinwurz is a real deal. A sip of that will have you feeling like a proper imperial noble.
There's so much to see.
Yes, the orange you wanted, by the way. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy getting my hands on this thing. Nice, you always pull through, Malcolm. I owe you big time. Yes, you.
What's it gonna be?
Raspberry canal.
Later.
Center Marché really does have
Please check out my wares.
We've got a pretty decent handle on what went down at Nemeth Island. Can't say the same about where the Oathbreaker went though. Doesn't seem like Ouroboros other members are up to anything major either. But you can't be too careful after your getaway gone wrong, especially when it comes to those twins. You watch our backs and we watch yours, just like we did in Langport. Been too long since my last rum and Edith. Would love to play it fast and low, don't get me wrong. But we've got monkey business going on all over the Republic right now, Langport included. Gonna have to make like the informant I am and gather some intel. I will sure to keep my ear on the ground for a gap of those kids that run out on you too.
Check out what I have on offer.
It's easy to get put off by the way durians smell. But my mom says they taste amazing. People just need to give them a try. Should buy one and see for yourself. Today we have a king of all food with durian. They may be out of season right now, but the quality is second to none. Double shy about trying it out. The more off-putting the smell, the greater the flavor. For best experience, however, we want to let them ripen an extra 2 or 3 days. That's when the aroma and taste will be at their peak. You won't be able to get enough, no doubt.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
Banana chips.
Please come back anytime.
It's so lively around here.
The market's offerings are gradually starting to cycle out, now that we're on the tail end of winter. I'm practically bursting with excitement for the spring vegetables Romaine and the other grocers will have in stock. Not to get too ahead of myself, but I've got a whole slew of new recipes in the works right now.
What can I get for you?
Avocado burger. Okay.
Thanks for shopping. Hey, welcome.
Tiger's got that longing look in his eyes. Doesn't seem like he's all that hungry though. Do you want something to give to another cat? Peggy and I often leave Tiger the leftover bony bits from the fish I've cleaned. But for whatever reason he doesn't seem all that enthused about them today. Can't exactly afford to just give him our valuable merchandise, but I see what doesn't sell come closing time and go from there. Welcome, what can I get you today? All of our fishes are fresh, guaranteed. If you don't believe me, just ask the kitty cat over there.
They're as fresh
I believe precious metals and gemstones to be an excellent investment, yes? But they're not the sort of thing an untrained eye should even consider getting involved with. I've seen countless people crash and burn with nothing to blame for it but their own greed. Ultimately, it's best to keep hold of these baubles simply because we enjoy them. The Central East has so many spices. What if I used these to come up with my own original curry? That could give me some girl boss points for sure, right? They said eating meat makes you happier, and you know what? They're absolutely right. So separate up and grab yourself a nice juicy piece of heaven. It's not all about the sales for me though. Just love seeing my customers smile. That's why I'm giving out extra large servings today.
What can I get for you?
Camel sausage, apparently.
Thanks a bunch.
Romy's passion for coffee genuinely astounds me at times. With enough perseverance, he's bound to surpass even me as a barista someday.
Welcome! Thank you for coming! Please stop by again!
Ah, you call yourself an enthusiast? Don't make me laugh. All you ever do is dilute your coffee with bilge and tripe. Oh, so that's how you want to play it? Tell you what, then, I drink it black just this once. But in exchange, you have to try a cafe latte. Alright, at the very least you have the chance to see how foolish you were. What, could you bring this young miss your finest cup of my usual? And your extra finest cafe latte for him as well. As you wish. You know, I'm not so confident you'll be able to appreciate the rich flavor of coffee taken black. I could say the same to you and lattes, pal. So in other words, your goal is not to question each individual merit and pitfall of a president's policy measures. Rather, you wish to delve into what it is we're working towards, that is to say, their long-term prospects. That's correct. After all, policies are nothing more than measures for which an ideal nation is created. I believe it best to make the Republican Party's stance apparent. We're here to make sure all the facts are laid out on the table. We can't just blindly agree with the current administration after all. Forward-thinking nations must have polarity. I see. You're just as Rocksmith said you'd be. Thankfully, I've yet to lose sight of our party's ideals. If only I could say the same of the others. Well, no matter. I look forward to hearing you speak at the upcoming debate, Ryan. It would seem Ryan has redirected the bitterness of his past hardships into bettering himself. He's most certainly one to look out for. Not many senators share in his background. Few still have the mettle to channel it into such a forward-thinking ideology. I have great expectations of him, if only for the vital experience and perspective he can provide. Yeah, this is Ellie McDowell's father. Naturally, the Republican Party should actively select policies appropriate for these modern times, rather than clinging only to convention. By that same token, must also consider what kind of societies that politics can promise to our nation and its people. With that standpoint in mind, I believe it's high time we clarified our stance. I keep trying to study Mr. Watt's technique, but the coffee rabbit hole goes a lot deeper than I realized. Brewing it the way he does is challenging, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. Oh, Guy has been practicing his fishing like a madman over at the Memorial Park. Couldn't be prouder to call him my grandson.
Anything you want?
Upgrades.
Hope you get good use out of it.
And think? Been everywhere?
Well then, shall we?
Alright, then we can explore the Blacklight District safely. I don't really mind doing work in the service industry, but the stress of it all really gets to me sometimes. Anyway, don't you think the events of the arena have been pretty popular lately? Maybe I should place a few bets to let loose a little. Seems the anti-immigration activists are getting more vocal again. You know, I've heard there are even anti-immigration terrorist groups now. I should keep my guard up. Maybe it's a true grievance brigade? I mean, they did attack the International Forum in Crossbar a few years ago. Seems they haven't learned their lesson yet. The reason I've been able to survive in the shadows for so long is because I'm sensitive to danger. But it's hard to tell what lengths these terrorists are willing to go to. I guess I need to be on guard.
Now, what might you be after, hmm? I'll be seeing you.
Hey Fixers, been a while since you've shown your faces down here, don't you think? It looks as the forces behind the scenes have started making more noise lately. There's a pretty good chance they'll be setting their sights on you soon. Better keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, I figured. What with the legacy and the nuke, we've been in the spotlight a little too much lately. Could you maybe explain who exactly these forces are? So far I've heard about Heyu and a few Jäger Corps. It sounds like Heyu's got something up his sleeve. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. We need to be more careful going forward. The fact that we lack information at the moment puts us at a disadvantage. Right, let's switch up our path where we go around the Blacklight District just in case.
Welcome back, friends. Glad to see you're safe. Heard you had a fight with the Society's Oathbreaker. To think the DG cult would rise again, couldn't have predicted better in a million years.
Sounds like you know a lot about this stuff, Morgan.
Well, I was just helping to gather information from the guild. I had to learn a lot about all the paradise locations in the Republic. Pretty impressive, right? I've been working with the military, the police force, even got involved with the Growls with at one point, tried to keep my distance though.
I didn't realize. Wait, did you know what was going to happen on Nemeth Island?
No idea. I know the place is technically part of the Republic, but it's really just some random remote island. I did hear that Paradise was crushed by the Society in a separate operation though. I'm sure that's something the intelligence agencies were aware of, but nobody in the underworld had a clue.
Well, I'm sure it was a hell of an operation. Yes, I've only heard about it in rumors, but I heard they used the Society to destroy them. And that's how the remnants ended up. Well, I'm glad we were able to put an end to it all. Yes, although I do have some regrets. Sven and Nadia.
Well, anyway, I'm glad to see you're all safe. Try to rest and recuperate for now, alright? It's been over 10 years already, time certainly flies. I got so scared when I heard the Oathbreaker showed up, but I'm glad to see you're safe. I mean, that guy's just the worst, seriously. I wouldn't be surprised if he planned to blow up the whole island. Anyway, I'm sure you got plans. Just remember to rest and recuperate, alright?
Amata's legacy, huh? If it really is a nuclear weapon, we're in for some trouble. There's some good chance he'll not be targeted soon, so be careful, alright?
Ho ho! Got a great lineup at great prices. Come again soon.
Whatever he is, target is new, marked as new.
Wanna rest here?
This is an A and this is a B. Oh look, the G can be for Gabriella. That's Mommy's name. Make sure to learn that letter first. He heard that you really are an angel. Wait, no, G should be for Gigant or Guided Missile. Mommy taught me so much already. It's like she knows everything, even how to give her best hacks.
Do me a favor and decide already. Come back whenever you like.
All I want is to give Yota a good life, so I figured it might be best if I sent him to Sunday school, but I can't just allow him to go above all by himself, can I? I mean, who knows what could happen during his classes? I have to be there. That means I'd have to close the store pretty often though, which I do. I wonder what Yota would look like while studying. Oh, you thought is adorable. I need to get my boy in Sunday school. It's for his future.
What are you looking at?
I smell treasure.
10,000 punches a day. No, it's gotta be more. If I'm gonna have a chance of beating that bastard, I have to do more. Strange enough, my days seem pretty fulfilling now. The thought of revenge really lights a fire in my soul, huh? That bastard, he bet every single one of the arena's challenges by himself, no less. Even if he did that young Jäger with a robot. No way, that guy's normal. After tasting defeat myself, I get it. I was in a rut because I was a champ. But being hit around a few times has really helped liven me up some. Want to compete with Walter?
Access granted. I'm going in. That's a good lock. Now do I bypass the security? This is kid stuff. No sweat. Time's almost up.
Relax.
I made it! This thing's as good as unlocked.
Otis. Otis sounds cool.
What are you looking at?
Sounds fun. I could go for some fishing.
Fishing spots
I'll give this
in
a
the
try.
Blacklight District?
A bite.
Ah,
Oh, did I catch a rare one? A bite. This one's rather big, isn't it?
Carmine crab.
This one's rather big, isn't it?
Okay.
I'll give this a try.
That knockout competition over at the arena seems pretty popular. The crowd gets so noisy sometimes. Well, I guess it's a good way for scum to let off steam. By the way, the arena events are all sponsored by the same person. They're the big boss of the Blacklight District. Don't show their face very often, but you can be sure to trust them.
Can I help you? Come again.
So, when I left Macedon, I handed ownership of my shop over to this girl. That's practically my sister. Anyway, she sent me a letter recently, told me that a few old friends had stopped by. Oh really? Thought I'd heard he was heading that way. Well, whatever, it's nice to know all the good Dingo's done has really been helping people in the long run. He is hoping the souls resting in peace. I'll drink to that. Did you hear what we were talking about just now? About the stuff that happened over Messeldam, I mean. You wanna know any stories about Dingo while you were there? Yeah, I got a chance to talk about him with one of our clients. Can't tell you all the details, but it's obvious he left a trail of good deeds in his wake. Well, whatever he did, I'm sure it was life-changing. Imagine your client wanted to thank him for his help too. If only. Well, we were able to accept her thanks in his stead. It's gotta count for something, right? We just have to make sure to pass it on when we visit his grave. Ah, I suppose you're right. You know, I have him to thank for getting me this gig as a taxi driver. Only reason I could walk in the daylight again. It was around the time he left Messeldam to become a writer for Meld. Those were hard times for us, but things are better now. A world without a martyr. Would be nice for Dingo to see it. That girl Dingo seems to fond of, but she's been doing pretty well recently. I see her articles in the Tyrell Times on occasion. Got a feeling she's been making it big in the future. Well, we'll be cheering her on.
Buy something from me. I promise you won't regret it.
I was able to round up a lot of quality girls today. Sure, they're all beginners, but just you wait. They'll be our top sellers in no time. That's great, but are you really going to bring them in all at once? And you said they're all beginners? Don't you think Eden might be a little too advanced for them? Ah, don't worry, I just asked Mistress about it. But until she agrees, you have to take care of them in the meantime. Well, I guess we don't have a choice. I actually wasn't intending to scout more girls today. My talent-seeking abilities are scary sometimes. Ah, it's no big deal, Mistress will take care of it.
Ah, you fancy these too, huh?
Viper Bite Extreme, huh?
Do come again.
Come on over and say hello.
I know I can be a little scatterbrained at times, but there's one thing I always remember. That's, okay, actually, I forgot. Well, that's fine. Probably wasn't important anyway. Let's keep drinking till we forget everything. It's not that I think too hard about things. I'll stay happy forever. Come on, let's drink till we drop. Clinic? Never violent, huh? From what I heard, they were trying to carry out some grand human experiment. The DG cult could have sworn they were destroyed years ago. Karma really can be a bitch sometimes. Look, just forget I said anything, alright? I only pray for our spirits have found peace. But do I even have a right?
What's up? Need some med? You'll be fine so long as you take the recommended dosage. I have some good
Oh, Van, where have you been? You get me so worried. Only I'm allowed to kill you, alright? Me, your lover. Do you even hear yourself? What do you mean, lover? Well, I get so upset without you. It's so lonely down here after all. I long to feel the touch of another. To feel my blade sink into their flesh. Is touching the same as stabbing for you? I'd say you haven't changed. You should probably keep your distance, Van. I swear I'm not her boyfriend. It's been a while since I heard him say that. Whenever I see a strong man, I can't help it. I don't know, maybe a book will help me calm down. How about the one with all those torture methods? Is she really alright? No clue, all I know is she won't listen to a thing we say to her.
What would you like? Will you stop by again sometime?
Alright, but I end this episode here. Until next time, when we actually go into the Blacklight's abandoned sector again. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.